All right, so I've showed you how to download the appraisals from the library. I've showed you how to edit the descriptors. I've showed you how to disable and enable the appraisal. I've showed you how to conduct, let's say, a formative appraisal. I've showed you how to update the teacher's profile so that the system will function in order to be able to capture the data necessary for the appraisal, such as the work details section. I've showed you how to insert the faculty, the department, the subject, and I've also explained about the different appraisal category. I've explained that if it's a teacher, regular teacher, then they should have teacher performance appraisal on there. And if that person is going to be involved in other appraisals, you put those different appraisals on the category so they have access to those. So currently that's how it's done. We're going to have an update at some point. We're going to send you some videos. If you are not a part of the groups on Zyqual, then I'll add the group in the chat closer to the end so you can join the Zyqual group. If you have a question, please ask the question in the groups so that because others might have the same questions. And some persons here will know the answers on how to solve the problems you are experiencing so they can support by answering. And if you give those persons the opportunity to support, then you will learn and they will solidify their understanding and be able to even become a trainer at some point. You can ask me questions directly. However, in the first instance, if you please could ask the group so that others can actually respond. I see some persons in the groups responding and supporting each other, and that's quite cool. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to do a summative appraisal in the sense where you operate as a team to do the appraisal. Some updates are coming to this process, but I'm going to show you now. It will not be much different. If there is any major difference or so, then we will explain it, or we'll provide a tutorial on how to do that, or have a meeting where we go through. One of the updates is that you will not need to download the appraisal from the library much in the future. I will push them to every school, and if everybody's profile is completed properly, then those appraisals will automatically be linked to those persons. And then the school admin, though, will have to assign who will become the lead observers for that teacher, for the teachers of the different persons. And then the teacher will be able to select their nominated person and so on. So we'll explain that process. But for now, this is how it is done. So I am going to do this same appraisal here for the same person, for Damien. But I'm now going to go in as a team. So I'm part of a team, I'm part of the appraisal team. I am the lead observer or the lead appraiser. So over here on the right, I am not going to click on start. I'm going to click on the invitation button, which is that yellow button right there. So that yellow button is the invitation button that I will use to set up the data and so on for the appraisal. So I'm going to click on that. So we are currently testing and we'll be uploading soon. There will be an appraisal calendar for everybody in the school. When you set the date and the time, like right here, that will automatically go to the calendar. The principal, the admin, and the education officer will be able to see the calendar and see who's going to be appraised on which dates. The system will continue to provide you reminders when to up to that you who have not been assigned an appraiser and so on, and give you reminders that it must be done. The system will know which appraisals began and are pending. The system will know which ones didn't start, and the system will know which one ends. And a report will be provided. We're not sure the timing we're going to do it, whether weekly or monthly, leading up to the deadline, where reminders will be sent out of where the progress is. All right, so now we are here. You clicked on the invitation button, and where it says observed teacher, this is the person we are going to appraise. We're going to appraise Damien. He populates his faculty because he's only in one faculty, one department, and he teaches one subject. If there were more, it would probably ask you to select. And if not, then you would need to recall that you need to go and check and select the proper ones. Here it says select observers. So these are the people who are going to be a part of the appraisal. So Leo Penny is going to be a part of the appraisal. And the teacher selected Richard Amphion as their nominated person. So because I am creating it, I am automatically part of the appraisal. And then these are the other two persons who are going to be in it. You can even select more. But because I'm demonstrating, I'm only going to select one person so that it's less work for me to do. No. So again, when you are doing it, you're going to select all the persons who are going to be a part of the appraisal team. And so I'm only selecting one person because I will have to log in as this person to show you what they will see and what they will do. And that, so in order not to take a long time, I'm just doing one person. The policy will require more persons to be on there, to be honest, but I'm just doing it as an example here. So I've selected this person to be a part of the team. In our school, I'm going to do it at period 6. I am tying this to a year group and a class. And I'm doing today because I want it to show up so that I can see the appraisal and do it today. We will update this and lock it so that you can't start it until 2 weeks later, because based on the policy, the teacher must be notified at a minimum of 2 weeks. However, you could set it that I'm going to be doing your appraisal, sir, in June 30th. Once this is sent out, the teacher will get notification when the appraisal will be. It will appear on the calendar so they can see when. They'll be able to see the time. They'll be able to see all the persons who are going to be involved. So I'm going to do it for today just because I want it to be active. Then we're going to put a comment here. All right, so I can put a message here. The message goes out to the person, the observers, and whoever is going to be observed. They will see the information. Notice down here, we have invited on, observee, observers, faculty, and this is empty. So right here, I am going to click save. So when I save it, that invitation is now created. I can delete it by clicking on the delete button. And I can click on details to see what is going on. So I'm going to click on details. And I can see that I invited Leon Penny. We're going to observe Damian Robinson. I am the one who created it, so automatically I have accepted it because I'm the one who created it. So this is what your head of department will do, or the person who's going to be leading an appraisal. This is what they will do. Over here, it says assign KL. KL in this case means key indicator, which is like a GP or so. On Zyqual, we are assigning different things for persons within the appraisal team to do. Yes, they are still working as a team and they are going to be in the same room doing the same appraisal on their own device, because Zyqual needs to know that the persons who are involved in the appraisal are there and they have signed in and they are part of the appraisal. We've had in the past where persons are invited, they've accepted the invitation, and they were never there. And the appraisal was carried out, saved and completed. And when that was sent off, they then made a protest to remove them because they were never part of the appraisal. So in this case, so what we've done, we've set it up that each person has or have something to do on the appraisal. So that means they have to be there or so. And if they are not there, it will not go ahead. The system will not allow it to be completed until they've done their part. So they would have to be a part of that. So where it says assign key indicator, I'm going to click on the blue button here that says assign it. So I'm clicking on it. And then I'm going to select what I want them to do. I want Leon Penny to do GP 1.1 and 1.2. So I'm sharing the work equally, and I will do these two. So I'm going to click back here, and then I click save. When this drops down, the save button is behind it because we have to show the list. So I'm just clicking back here so I can see the save button. Now notice that this person is doing two indicators. Does not mean that they're doing it by themselves. It means that they are the ones typing it on the computer, but they are still doing the discussion. They are still part of the appraisal team, and they will put a summary of what the group would have decided in terms of the score under the text. I am going to click assign KL again, and I'm now notice that it removes the first two, so I'm now going to do the next two and save. So he's doing two and I'm doing two. So each person on the appraisal team is linked digitally to the appraisal. The appraisal cannot be done unless they sign in and complete their part. So I'm now going to click close. So I did assign the key indicators. If I leave this page and I ever wanted to check on it to see if the person would have accepted, I go to my tasks, invitations, and I can see this one. I can see the information I would have put, and it says invitees pending. If I click on status, I can see that the person has not accepted. So I can just send them an email or a reminder. If I go back to the dashboard, under the notices section right here, I can click on it, and I will be able to see notices that have been invited. So even though I'm the one who created it, it's there, and I can still check on the status here. I can see that Leon Penny has not yet accepted. If he declines, he will need to put a reason. So I will have that as evidence that he refused to be a part or can't be because he's not in or something. So I'm going to close it. All right, so now I'm going to sign in as Leon Penny to show you what that person will see when they log in. So I'm now logging in as Leon Penny. Oh no. Um, this person doesn't have an MOE email. Just a sec, let me set up this person's account. Um, just a sec, please. That came up. If your school was registered a few years ago, persons were using Gmail or other email options to use Zyqual. But what happened was that persons were duplicating their accounts, creating lots of different levels and access points, changing appraisals, creating different things that they shouldn't be doing, and that created a big problem. So that's why we had to resort to the ministry email only.
Question here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Just thinking as you made that last statement, schools that have, I know that some schools would have their own email, like they have their website, they have their system, and they have their own email that they use to correspond with ministry. Um, couldn't that be an option? I'm not saying to change it now, though, but I'm asking if that could be an option in terms of security.
In terms of security, yes, it could be an option, but all of these would have given us some form of experience where persons at the school level would have more than one access and have access to those emails for teachers. So when they have access to the emails where they can change the teacher's passwords without their consent and get into the platform and do a self-appraisal and comment and respond and all of these things. So in order to ensure that there is data integrity, our job is to ensure that we are not investigating lots and so on. So
Yes.
we
Okay.
stick to this policy that it has to be the MOE email address because we can guarantee that the teacher will have access and the school level admin and different persons at the school cannot change the teacher password. Well, if they can, but we reduce the likelihood by them just having access to the MOE email only. So
Right. Okay.
the ministry would have informed us that they will or have created emails for all teachers and students. So it is
Mhm.
to use that method. And so when we also count the amount of persons that are on Zyqual, we use that to verify the number of teachers. And it should link back to the number of employees within the ministry to ensure that we don't have more people in there than who should be. So that's just a security measure.
All right. Great.
All right, so just to inform you, I'm updating this person's account so I can log in to this person's account to show you what they will see when they have been invited to take part in an appraisal. Should be done now.
Excuse me, Mr. Pennycook.
Excuse me?
Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Pennycook.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
All right. Are we supposed to be seeing something than a picture of an open field?
I was about to ask.
Yes, I removed the screen because I'm creating an account.
Okay.
I
Because
don't.
I stepped away from my laptop for a little bit and then I came back. I saw this and you were talking.
All right, so I am setting up
Okay.
this, but I needed to create an account off screen
Okay.
and
Okay then.
to show you what the person would see. All right, so I'm now logged in as the person who was invited to the appraisal. So the person is now taken to the dashboard, and then you can see notices over here, and it has a 3. So if I click on it, you can see the last one that they were invited to, which is the one I just created. And you can see status over here. They can decline. They decline, they have to put a reason. And they can click on status to see the persons who were invited, the date. And if others did decline, they will be able to see the reason as well. And they will be able to see who accepted or not. And so I am going to click accept in this case. And I click accept. It asks me if I want to accept, and I click OK. And then it will update. If I click on it, it's there. But now notice that it does not have the decline and so on again. So if I click on status this time, it shows me that all the persons who were invited, they've accepted. So because today is the date that it's going to begin, how do they actually begin this appraisal? So to start the appraisal will only be able to start once all the parties who were invited accepted. So I will go to my tasks, and under invitations, I will see the start observation button. So this is the one. If I click status, I can see all the persons who have. We're all sitting in the same room now, and I'm going to click on start. It's gonna say that it's the final observation, and it will be summative because we've invited all of these people to be a part of it. And so on the, you would have seen as well that on the other one I would have put 2. So because this is the second one the person is doing, it counts them, and it will not allow them to do more than 2. So system will recognize that this person would have done 1 before as a formative or so, and the last opportunity they have will be classed as summative. So it will show summative in the top right there. We made it flashing so you can see that's the last one. So if this is not the time to do it, you can cancel and go back. All right, so we need to fill in, everything is automatically filled in that is necessary. I click start. Notice that I can put comments. I had the 2 comments, the 2 descriptors was assigned to me, so I can put a grade in. I can put a comment in. So I'm just gonna put some text as an example, because I'm doing an example. I'm not actually doing the appraisal. Put some comments in, and I gave him 6, did really well. If I wanted to upload evidence to have more say in why I gave that person this, and if it is not on their e-portfolio, I can upload it. And if I want, I can get their e-portfolio link and put the link to the actual evidence here. I'm gonna go ahead and give him another score. So I'm gonna give him 3 and put another set of comments. And I've done my part. Now I can see here, but I can't put any comments here because that part is not assigned to me. However, I'm in the room with the same person, and I am discussing these with them, and I'm making a decision about the score. Just to repeat, the reason why we did this is so that all the persons who were invited to the appraisal will have something to do. If you do not assign them any key indicators, they will just be a part of it and can't do anything digitally. And we will not have any way of digitally tying them to the appraisal. They could very well turn around and say, I wasn't there and I want my name off of it. We don't have any proof that they were a part of it, then we will have to remove them, just so you know. So each person who's an appraiser, part of the team, you assign them to do something, even one thing. And then when they get to the end, they can put a final remarks. I can click continue later, or I can save and complete. You know what happens if I click continue later already. Reminder there that it is the final appraisal, so make sure you double check everything, talk to your team, and ensure that everything is there that you decided you wanted to do. You click save and complete. Ask me if I want to save and complete. I click yes. My response is now saved, pending the response of the other person. This person is also an admin, so they should be able to see all appraisal across the school. So the observer was this person, and we can see the person got 9 out of 30. 6 and 3, 9. These are not taken into consideration yet, but it's showing unsatisfactory because the entire thing is not updated. So now I'm going to sign in back as myself to do my part. Going to go to, so how do I get to the appraisal again? Anybody can remember how we got there? All right, so to get there, top left, Zyqual logo, go to my tasks, invitations. I can see that we have one to start on this day. So I'm gonna click start. It's reminding me that it's the final appraisal because I had limited it to 2, and this is the last one the person can be done for the person. So I click start. I can input the grades that I want to give the person and some comments that reflect why I gave them that grade and what they need to do to improve, all of those things. Saving and complete. If I go here, all observations, because I'm an admin, I have this. If I'm not admin, I can go under history. I'll be able to see all the appraisals that I did for somebody. And if I go under my observations, I'll be able to see my appraisals that somebody did. So I'm gonna go over here to open it. Notice it was done for Damien. Notice the score changed. Now I can see that Leon Penny did this one. The observee can see. You can see the comments. Observee has not responded yet. We can see who did that one. You can see that I did that one. So these persons are tied to the appraisal. I have 72 hours to update the comments, but I can't change the grade because the grades was decided among the team. And in order to put that in, it's now locked because I saved and completed. However, I can still have an opportunity to change my grammar and update the comments because this might just be a quick summary, but then after the meeting, you can tidy up the writing. And I can see now that the score has changed. This person would have scored 87%. And that's how you do the appraisal. Now, I am now going to log in as the person who was observed. So I'm just going to move this off screen for a second. When your staff logs in for the first time, it's going to ask them to read the terms of usage. They can click on the link and read it. Check the box, click continue later. Or sorry, not continue later, click continue. Again, this person was using a Gmail. So I tried to do that earlier. Just give me a sec, it wasn't finished. Let me update their account. So if you just give me a minute, I'm updating the person's account so I can log in as them. We have 15 minutes left. I think we'll finish on time. I think someone was asking about the recording. I will have the second part, which is the bit I'm doing now. But the first part will be available from your EO. So I will make this one available. I'll email it to your EO, who will be able to email it to you. All right, so I'm now logged in as the person who was appraised. So this person was invited to an appraisal as well. They can accept, decline, and so on. All right, so what you're not seeing here is this should be a 1 because they were observed, they were appraised, and they didn't read it yet. So we'll make that update. But keep in mind that when you see that these two here, they're is this red, pink, red? The number will indicate that an appraisal is done, so the person will know. And if they click on it, they are able to see the persons who carried out the appraisal for them. And there's a summary tab. They can click on the summary tab to see what's going on. So they can see the outcome of that appraisal there. See their weakest areas. And if there was more than one appraisal or more than one average observation, they can scroll through using the button there to see the outcome. All right, now that they see that, they may want to go and read the comments. So they click on my observations there, and they can click on the open button there. See it, see the date and time it was completed, and now they can respond. Teacher responds. So notice they can see the comments from different persons who were involved and that they were actively involved in the appraisal. The teacher can put their final remarks as well. And they can save it. And also they can see the completed grades there, the final outcome. The teacher should be able to download it, save it as a PDF, or print it. They can see the school logo, school name, the name of the appraisal, the details, the demographic details, the supporting observers. They can see the main observer. They can see their name, which department they're in, which class, which is assigned to it, what time of the day it was being observed. When their portfolio, when their profile is updated, they can see the different areas. Purpose of the appraisal, the grading description, and the actual outcome of the appraisal. They can see the different information. They can see the descriptors, and they can see the score. So we are making some changes here, so just so you know. They can see this one, and the rest are showing 0, but those will be updated by tomorrow because we made some changes there. Depends on which one they open. So we've merged that into one document now. So previously it was showing 2 documents if 2 persons did it or 3 persons did it. But we've done that now, so it merges into one document. So all the scores will show and everything will be there. All right, so here we go. Completed. The person can respond to it, and that would have completed the appraisal process on how you do it. I will email this recording to, or upload it to YouTube and send the link to the EO, who will also send the first part of this recording to you. Just want to mention that we have done some updates. We've done some updates, and we will be doing some slight changes that will improve this process. Since we have a few minutes, I could show you quickly what that will look like so you know what to expect. We will do videos to roll out those changes and show you updates. So make sure you're a part of the WhatsApp group because we will send out quick communication in the WhatsApp group. When you click on average observation here, you will see a new menu called list of assigned observation by super admin. That's me. What I will do there is put some appraisals. I'll put all the appraisals in the school that is necessary for the school. And the teacher, the school admin, will be able to go in based on the school they're in and then assign the lead observer. The lead observer is able to assign the supporting observers, and the teacher is able to select their nominee person. And that is how the first part of the appraisal will do. And then once all of that is done, it will also go in the calendar. It's not showing on my account here, but on the school admin, you'll see the calendar here. And when they click on the calendar, each user will have the calendar. When they click on it, they will see their dates of appraisal. And if you are part of an appraisal for someone, you'll see the dates when you'll be part of those appraisals. So that will help you keep track of the appraisals, as well as to send you reminders to your emails what will be going on. So that's just one part of the update. So we will do a video to showcase that, but for now, you will continue using that because we're still testing this part because we listen to feedback from persons that they wish it was just there for them to begin. But it can't be like that. So we come up with another solution for us to put it in the school, and you automatically just get to it and put your lead observers and so on. Hopefully that will make the process a lot easier. But the process you're seeing around that I just showed is what we've been using for years. So that's where we are. All right, so I'll take your questions and feedback, and I will stop the recording. And then make it available to your EO who will send it out to you. And I will, because on YouTube, I'm showing like first name, last name, and so on, the system will, YouTube will block it. So I'm gonna put it there anyway, but if it gets blocked, if it doesn't get blocked, I'll share the link in the WhatsApp groups. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna stop the recording. If you have any questions or feedback, please go ahead with it.
Good evening, Mr. Leon.
Hi, good evening.
So I joined the platform this evening at 5, and I am happy that you patiently went through the steps that we're to undertake to go on a system. Unfortunately, this is my first time coming on the platform, so I'm a little bit lost, but I understand that it's a system where instead of going in the classroom to do appraisal, apparently it's going to be done online. So the information can be accessed, I guess, by the regional office or just something like that. But I don't know how to get on this system. I don't know if it is individuals that must go on it or the school itself is going to have the system and you're training us how to access it. I need clarification, please.
So this is the third and final training. So the first one would have shown how to access the platform, how to set up your school, because it's not just a system where you go on and put on scores from the appraisal. You would have seen here that we were trying to keep it as close as possible to the real process where all the persons are involved, still involved, and the data is captured on here. So the school has to be set up based on how your school functions. All your staff will have to be on the system. So it works at your school level. So you manage it from your school level. So somebody in your school have to be admin or a group of persons being admin who manage the system at your school level. So every school will have access to their school on the platform. That was the first one. The second one is when we look at the setup as well as how to import staff and set up staff profiles. Not import, but accept staff and set up staff profile. And this one is where all the staff are in, the school is fully set up, and then this is how you conduct the appraisals. So
Okay.
you would have missed 2 sessions. And so we are having more sessions. So just inform your EO, or when I drop in the group the WhatsApp link, you can message me. And when I'm training other regions or training other new starters, I can invite you to those sessions so that you get caught up.
So it means that clerical persons in the office will be trained, the principals and teachers. So we're all being trained.
Yes. So
Okay, understand.
this training though would have covered some of what the persons can do. And then because your region would have now been trained, what we will want is a list of all the persons. With, like when we take the register, we're gonna send out a list for all the persons to confirm that their school is set up. I can jump on and check. They would have imported the appraisals. They would have done an appraisal for the teacher, the staff. And once that is there, we will engage in further training with like the head of departments, the different persons who will be conducting the appraisals. So this is here now is mostly the persons who are setting up the school. So once the school is fully set up, we're gonna have another training where we invite all the heads of departments and the persons who conduct appraisals. And then they will do a mock one with me, like what I just did, to secure their knowledge in the
Okay.
platform. Someone is
So the system is called Zyqual Academy.
no, it's so that what you saw was the dummy school I was using to demonstrate. Everybody's
Oh, okay.
When each person log in, they will see their school name, their school data, and so on.
So what do I go on to start?
Again, we can't do that now. The training ends in 4.
Okay.
But what I'll do, I'll set the WhatsApp group there. You can make contact with your EO and myself, and whenever we are having training with persons who are just starting, I can give you that training. Or if there is someone in here or a group of people here who are already set up and you are in the same QEC or you know each other, then they can help you to get started and catch up. All right, so I've sent in the
But
group.
the most part I followed, it was clear. As I said, you patiently went through. So far, I think I can remember quite a few things and I made jotting. So hopefully I'll get a chance to come to the beginning session. Thanks much.
No problem, you're welcome. All right, so I've just dropped in the group, the WhatsApp groups. You can join. Some people join all of them, some people join the ones that are relevant. All right, someone said, should all schools use this platform and when? Is it the same? No. And when is the start date? So we've been around for, I think, 4 years now. And bulletins have been being sent out all this time and so on. But they actually want schools to start using it this academic year for appraisals. We've been doing intense training since September. We've gone almost probably 600 schools now, including yourselves who are here. Lots of schools are already using it, and the ministry wants the data to be on this platform this academic year. However, we note that some persons are just joining, and so at the stage that they join, they should get up to speed as quickly as possible and start using it as quickly as possible. So it might be that you're actually using it from September, but the persons who've been involved in the training up to today, it is expected that you would start doing your appraisals on the platform. You would, and I would suggest do it alongside your paper-based version in case something goes wrong with what you're doing and you're not too sure, because it's the first time around, so we can't expect perfection. But next academic year for sure, no, I think no paper-based appraisals will be accepted. There are quite a few more things like reports, how to read reports at your school level. Today I was working with a particular QEC who's quite ahead. We're looking at the QEC data reports, and they were using it in their QEC meeting to plan how they're gonna support their staff, how the EO is working with them, so many different things. It's so vast, but we can't do everything in one go. We have to introduce you to it bit by bit and allow you to get started and be comfortable before I move to the next stage. Should all schools use the platform and when? Okay, I did that. Please share link to remote for remote communication group. All right, I've shared the WhatsApp links. We're just gonna share it again if anybody just came in. Any other questions? Let's share the register again.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I noticed that the meetings have been recorded. Is it possible for us to get a copy of the recording? Because sometimes, even though we write things down, when we're actually doing it on our own, we are faced with problems. My school, for example, has been registered. However, I am stuck at where I need to get the teachers on.
Right. What you can do is just send a quick message in the group like tomorrow morning and so on. We'll send you the videos that
How
shows
to
you.
get the teachers on. That's the part I want.
Yes, we'll send you the videos of how to get the teachers on. And
Okay.
sometimes I'm doing meetings like this all the time for
Mhm.
different regions, but sometimes if I'm free and I'm not doing it, I would probably just send, sometimes people ask the questions and I'm available. I send a private message, I send them a private Zoom link, and we just look through and help them. Can't happen all
Okay.
because we're always,
I understand that, sir. I understand.
if you send in the group, then we will send you the links, the videos where possible.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
No problem. All right, so we are now on the hour. And
Sir,
yes,
good evening.
hi, good evening.
Hamwell Primary and Infant School. We have registered and we are awaiting the login information.
Which school?
Hamwell Primary and Infant.
Let me just check if it's there. When did you register?
I think it was yesterday,
Don't think I've checked it since
because
morning.
I got the email that someone will reach out to me with the login information.
If it was yesterday, it's not. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong system. All right, so I'm logging in now to check. And if it's there, I'm going to accept it, and you will receive an email with your login details.
Okay, thanks much.
No problem.
Good afternoon again, sir. Today I asked the similar question, how to change
Mr. Pennycook, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Hold on, someone is talking. They are quite low, so that's why we are not really necessarily hearing them.
My phone is giving me some trouble. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sir Pennycook. Today I asked a question about the changing of the password, similar to the school before me.
Mhm.
And you were saying that I was supposed to press the icon and change the password, but I'm not getting through. And then I saw something that says that I'm to email the link, sent the link, and I'm not getting an email to the MOE account that I have. Should I wait a while, or was it something that I would have gotten a quick response to?
All right, hold on. Let me just accept these schools and then I'll come back to your question. If you are not the person who registered the school, you would need to register to the school if you don't have access. But let me just finish this first so that I can come back to you. So I'm accepting Parrytown Primary. I'm not sure if you are here, but I'm just going to accept that school. We have Bogwalk High School. It's called the Eden Bennett High, no, I think. Then we have Bread Nut Hill Primary, Garden Hill Primary, Hamwalk Primary, Broughton, is it Broughton? Broughton Primary. All right, so I've accepted all of those. So you should be receiving an email now with your login details. All right, so if you are, say, in a school, you are the leader for the school, and you do not have access to the Zyqual platform, but the school is already registered, what you need to do is register as a teacher. How to register as a teacher? You go to zyqual.com, and if you have done so, and there's nobody in that school, then I am the one who's going to have to accept you in the first place. So you go to register, select teacher. If the school is already registered and there's nobody in the school, no, the person would have done the registration, left or something like that. If you know the email that was used, that is school email, you can try to use that to reset the password. However, if you don't get an email, you register your email here, following how the registration process is done. Once that is done, then I can check the schools to see if it is there. So if you are here and you did that registration process for your school and nothing else happened, you can now give me your name and I will check. And if it's there, then I will accept you into the system. You will get a login detail.
Mr. Pennycook. Yes, Donna Jarrett here from Kitson Town, all age. I know it's registered, but I can't get any further. I got a one-time password,
Mhm.
and when I put it in, it says I am invalid. Since then, I haven't been able to get past that screen.
Which school did you say?
Kitson Town.
KIT. No, it's not there. Can you provide me the email you use?
Kitson Town dot all age dot
All right,
SCE.
it's not there. One sec. Let me try something else.
Whenever I go there, so I can't find it either. Nowhere.
So if you notice I'm
I'm the
on
principal, sir. Yeah.
notice I'm on the register teacher page.
Yes, I'm aware, sir.
And I can find it here if I type KIT. That's there. Kitson Town College.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to look for the previous names if it has changed.
I have done so. But even the one time I got the digits to put in as the password.
You have access to the email now?
Yes, I do.
All right, so please give me a first name.
My first name, Donna.
Last name,
Mitchell Jarrett.
like that.
2 T's.
Donna dot, what's the second part?
Hold on, sir. That one I always have a challenge. Let me find that one.
I can use the Kitson Town email.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you can use the Kitson Town email. Or it's, yeah.
Well, hopefully that's not the one that was used to, let's do yours just in case that this is the one that was used to register the school. So DONNA dot, you have access to your personal MOE email, right?
I do, to both of them.
All right, so give me the rest of the email. Donna.
Dot Mitchell Jarrett.
MIT.
CHELL JARRETT.
No space.
No space. Dot R6 at moeschools.edu.jm.
School phone number +1 876
886
886
9950.
50. All right, so check your email for the OTP. When your teachers are registering for your school, this is exactly what they will do.
Sir, one question before you move on from here. Is there a way that we send an invite to the teachers, or they have to get onto the platform itself to be registered?
They go onto the platform themselves to register. So you will inform them where to go.
Say that again?
They go onto the platform to register themselves. Just like this here. They just go to Zyqual.com, click register, select teacher, select their school name, fill in the details, wait for the OTP code, put it in before the minutes expired, and then the email comes to your school.
Yes, sir. I've found it.
All right, so go ahead with it, please.
Okay.
So it's a 4-digit code. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, can you give me the 4-digit code?
Oh, the 4-digit code. It is 1550.
1550, so I click submit. All right, so it says you're registered successfully. So what I'm gonna do is, as the school admin,
Yes.
the school admin will then need to go to masters.
That's me.
Video that all of this, masters.
Mhm.
Go down to users and roles, manage users, and then select new registrations. I am just gonna move this off screen because I can see every teacher across the whole country who's registering for different schools. So I'm just gonna move this off screen. And I'm gonna just select your school. you will only be able to see for your school. So notice I can see this one here. I can see the date. So this is what the school admin will see when they click on new registrations. What role do you play in the school? Are you
Say that again.
what role do you play in the school? Are you the principal, VP?
Principal.
Right. So what I'm gonna do here is click on the gear icon over here. So this is what you do at your school level as well. I click change status. I don't accept people into school because I don't know them. But I'm not gonna put you as principal. I'm gonna put you as admin because you're gonna be the person setting up the school.
Okay.
Once you finish setting up the school, we can switch the role that you have. So you
Okay.
use the Kids in Town email as the admin account, and you use this email as the principal. But I'm gonna let you in as admin so that you can conduct the setup for the school. Do you know where to find the training videos?
Yes.
All right. So you should have received that email now with your login details.
Okay. Let me check. Yes. I'm now part of the Zyqual family. Yeah. That email. URL, username, password, role admin. Yes, Mr. Pennycook, I have received it.
All right, so someone has asked me to check if Cedar Grove is registered. It's not registered because it's not showing up here, unless it had another name when it was registered. I'll check. I'll go on to school and check. If it shows up in the school list, that means it's not. That means it's not yet registered and someone will need to register the school. So I'm just gonna check the list here. CEDAR Grove. All right, so there's no Cedar Grove in the system unless the name would have changed from a different, or it is a very new school. All right, so try the no. If it's a very new school and or the ministry didn't have it 3 years ago when they were giving me the list, then I would have to register that as a new school. So if that's the case, if it didn't have a previous name, and since it's not showing up here, oh, one more quick thing to check. I should have been there then. What is the school code? If you know the school code, sometimes it doesn't show yet. We use the school code to find it. Like that 10427 or something, whatever that school code is. Ascot. So Ascot is not showing here, so I can check in a minute if it's registered. Mr. Howard Brown, I'm waiting for the school code. Can you just let me know if you know the school code?
Sir, while you're waiting, a teacher was registered. Well, we were trying the system, and we reached the point where we must put in the OTP. But something went wrong, not with the Zyqual. It seems as if it's the device. Because we didn't get the email. So we thought that something was wrong. So we tried another one just a while ago.
Right.
We re-register, but it is now telling me that let me tell you the message that we're getting. With the message that we're getting is saying that hold on. request already added for this address.
So that means the school was already
But
said
the
to,
school,
what is the name?
yes, sir. The school is registered, as I was saying, but the teacher is now registering.
Oh, okay. So that means the teacher is successfully registered and waiting approval from the school admin.
So how do we get, oh, I see.
So that's what I just demonstrated, and there is videos that would show you
how to get that.
So here is something that just came up as well. So I am now in the school called the Cedar Grove Academy.
Right.
So it gave me his school code, comes up as AC High. So I'm not sure why the ministry would have it as AC High. So your school is called the AC High. So once you register that school so you put the school code in, register under AC High. Once you get access to that school, you can change the school name, or I will update the school name when you inform me. So you can.
That is which school you're speaking to now, sir?
The Cedar Grove Academy.
Oh, not me. Okay.
Cedar Grove Academy.
Okay.
So you can register under AC. I'm not sure why it's called that, but that's the name of the school. So once you register under that, you will inform myself and I will update the school name. Back to the person. We can check now if the teacher is registered. What's the teacher's name?
Dolores Gibson Williams. Clarkstone Primary.
All right, so she is registered. Here is right here from the 10th of May. That was 4 days ago.
Sir, so you, Jesus, you go find something here, I tell you. So how did you get here? That's what I want to find out.
So, one sec. So on Zyqual.com, so some of you would have missed the training or so.
Yes.
So go to training and resources, then first steps.
Okay.
I'm going to log in.
I reached this stage, fine. Are we going to the registration? Fine. It's okay.
So this is the training page. All your setup information to get your schools there and so on.
On the training page?
Is there.
Okay.
So here it is showing you how to update your school profile. If you're a high school, it shows you how to update your period master, add the departments, link the departments to faculty, and it has 9 videos that shows you to set up everything that you would have missed in training 1 and 2.
Okay.
From a primary school, these videos here show you how to do the setup. And the only thing that is not there is to add the appraisals that like what I did now. So again, we're still not posting those there because some schools, we want the schools to make sure it's set up properly before the schools get to this, because some schools are definitely going to bypass setup, try to appraisal and then have problems, and then it's going to be too difficult. Prefer to do it this way, where we hold this and do these trainings live. If they can't get on to do this, they can't get the setup done, then we don't allow them to move to that part. Sir, from AC High, can you do the registration from your end? The reason why we do not, no insult or anything, the reason why we do not add the emails to the school like that is that we want to ensure that the teachers or the principals or whoever have access to the emails. So you would have to go to register and select teacher. And if you do that now, I can accept you into the system because I will see that you have access to the email. Register, select teacher, fill in the details, select the @extension.
Mr. Pennacook, sorry to interrupt, but I think you see, this is the email that was added. As you said, ACI, I remember I was the one that I had done it at the time.
Oh, okay. But please can you still complete it this way and add it that way? The reason for that is that we want to account for everybody coming on in that manner through using the email, because that's the way that the ministry can prove that each person who's here on the system got on like that.
No problem, sir. No problem.
If you do that now, I will then accept you into the system. So you can
I'm
do.
doing that. I'm doing that now as you speak.
Okay. All right. So how to get to here? I was showing, the videos will show you that I was actually going through a while ago. But it's now 22 past. We can stop there tonight. So I am going to accept Dolores for you, miss. What role does Dolores play in the school? Is she a teacher, head of department?
Teacher.
We will be receiving an email now confirming that she's registered. But please
Okay.
watch the videos and then you can accept
All right.
the other staff who.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for coming.
Really quick, give me a minute, man, please.
Yes, I'm not going until we finish with you.
All right, thank
One, so there are like 36 other persons here. We're now at the end of the meeting. Thank you very much. Use the WhatsApp group to communicate with us.
Mr. Pennicook, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, you were checking for ASCA primary?
Yes, it is already registered.
Okay.
So what you can do then is do the same thing sir here is doing. Just apply to join that school. Since I'm here now, I will accept it. So I'm gonna stay here for another 5 minutes.
All right, I'll do that now. Thanks.
you. Mr. Pennicook, I'm not locating this school.
You type the school code 14191. Make sure you're on the teacher registration page, not the school registration page. Oh, sorry. Yes, on the school registration page.
I am to be on the school or the teacher, which one?
Hold on. School.
I should be on the school, Mr.
School, because you have to register the school first. School.
Okay, maybe that's why I'm unable to get up.
Can the registration form be reposted? Is that the attendance sheet? All right, so I've seen Linstead Primary and Junior High.
Hey, Peter, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
I'm Mark.
Mr. Pennycook, I registered as a teacher for Ascot Primary. Could you go ahead and do the necessary for me, please?
Yes, I'm checking now.
Thanks.
So Carol Shaw.
I am also on as Howard Brown.
Okay. So you registered the school now?
No, I sent it. I sent an invite to join AC High.
All right. So you will
And
receive.
I'm requesting that the name change to the Cedar Grove Academy because I remember clearly the initial training. I was the one that started setting up that school.
Okay. What's the email you just used again, sir? Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown?
Sorry, I'm here. I
What's
sent it back to you. I was copying it. I sent it back to you just now.
So I'll update that in the morning. Did you get your login details?
You're referring to me or
Yes.
Scott?
Yes, you.
Yes, man, I saw it.
All right, try and log in at your earliest convenience.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes. I'm checking my email. I'm seeing the login information. So I'm gonna try and log in using the information that is there.
Okay.
Oh, there. And I should start at school, right?
Yes, you
No,
can,
you said
can start updating the department and all of those different things.
wonderful. You try and access before you leave. Yes. It's slow.
Sir, using the login information, I was able to get through. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
So is it possible that the name of the school will change, or I have to be the one to do it?
I will update it tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's tell me the name of the school again.
The Cedar Grove Academy. You will see, I think you will see my name twice as the owner. You will see my name as the owner when you log on from your end.
That's all right. We'll update it.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Ending the meeting. See you soon.